Reputed mafia associate Giulio Greco is scheduled to appear before Dade State Attorney's investigators here tomorrow in their probe of the gangland-style slaying of mobster John Rosselli. Greco was questioned last week, and it's speculated that he, like most of the other witnesses, refused to answer questions about the slaying. Most of the witnesses have organized crime backgrounds, in line with the current theory that Rosselli was killed by the mob for talking too much. But the 71-year-old Rosselli had many strange ties aside from those to American organized crime, ties that have interested a number of investigating agencies. The CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service, and the organized crime bureaus of a number of cities all have conducted some sort of probe into the Rosselli affair. But because of the strange nature of the case, information has not been freely exchanged, bogging down the investigation. Rosselli's connection with Cuba was deep and long-running. In the years before Castro's rise to power, American gamblers ran the casinos for then Cuban President Batista, and high among them were Johnny Rosselli and his underworld associates Sam Giancana, shot to death last year, and Santos Traficante, now living in Miami. Soon after the revolution, Rosselli and Giancana were recruited to plan the assassination of Fidel Castro. Their contact, Robert Mayhew, at one point Howard Hughes's right-hand man and a CIA operative. Another familiar name appears. Judith Exner, self-styled mistress of President John Kennedy, was also the girlfriend of both Giancana and Rosselli. The attempts on Castro's life, both before and after the Bay of Pigs, were unsuccessful, but they led to another bizarre connection. Rosselli let it be known in 1967 that he knew the identities of Castro agents who had come to this country to assassinate John Kennedy in retaliation for the attempts on Castro's life. There is evidence that Rosselli's theory was discounted to a great degree by authorities at the time. But might these alleged Castro agents have had something to do with Rosselli's own death? We spoke with Metro Homicide Captain John Lewis.
Well, we've certainly been aware of the information that Mr. Roselli was testifying before a Senate committee in Washington, that he had apparently assisted the CIA in setting up alleged assassination plots of Castro by his influence with organized crime. But we have no information as a result of our investigation that this entered into his death.
Well, Mr. Rosselli did mention, at least to his lawyers, some Cubans who might still be in this country, who might have had something to do with the plots on John Kennedy's life. Any names from that investigation surfacing now?
We have no information that we can release at this time regarding that matter.
The bloody history of John Rosselli ended here. His disfigured body found stuffed in an oil drum floating in Dumbfoundling Bay. But the mystery surrounding his death goes on and grows deeper. And the ominous connections that tie him with organized crime and with gambling in pre-Castro Cuba and with the CIA and with attempts on the lives of two heads of state leave questions that will probably remain unanswered. Ben Stone, Channel 4 News.